In this video, I'm going to be revealing the exact DM script that I use and also help my clients use to book calls consistently through DMs. In the description, I'm going to leave this template for you. If you find value in it, please make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe so more people can see this free value. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and dive right into the template. Now, to get started, before we even dive into the messaging side of it, you want to understand a few things. Who are you reaching out to, and what are the inefficiencies to look for? This is extremely beneficial, especially if you're working with VAs or growth specialists to do this messaging for you, because they need to understand who are we even looking for and what are we looking for in the prospects that you want to work with. So once you filled that in, another thing that I always try and emphasize to everybody is you are not selling a prospect, you are educating a friend. So many people try and use all these salesy tactics to get people onto sales calls whenever they're doing messaging, and that is the wrong way to go about it. It just makes you come across as spammy and you'll end up with no responses, blocked, or even reported. So just keep in mind when going about this that you're educating a friend. You're just trying to propose a solution to somebody's problem that you think that you can provide, but you want to do that for free, which is why what you'll need for this system to really work is a free offer that they opt in for over a message, a calendar link, and a nurturing campaign. And a nurturing campaign is literally just a message workflow that you use to follow up with people and make sure that they are not forgetting about you. Now, to get into the good stuff, let's start with outbound messaging. Before you message anybody, you need to actually find these people. And a way that I find that works really well is using a Google search keyword term. So like, for example, using this site, Instagram.com, and you search this into Google, and then you replace what's within these quotation marks with whatever the keyword for the people that you're searching for would have inside of their account. Because what this search does is looks for anyone on Instagram within their profile that has that word. So you want to make sure that, again, it is aligned with your prospects. Another way to go about it is also searching through targeted hashtags to find those leads. Now that you found leads, how do you go about engaging with them? How do you go about getting them to reply to your message? Before you message them, what I recommend doing is engaging with their content. Let them know that you're actually paying attention and doing the research into them, and you're not just sending them a message and moving on to the next person. This will increase the chances of them seeing your DM by a lot, but also just increase the chances of them actually trusting you. I recommend that you like and comment on 3 of their posts, and then just come up with a few comments that you can use and just kind of swap in as you're interacting with people, so you can just be unique and actually show that you care. Now, you've interacted with them. You found the prospects. What do we do next? We got to actually message them. That first message from your conversational workflow. The conversational workflow that you're going to build out is literally what you're sending them in the messages. It's, if you're using a VA, what they're going to be copying and pasting into the message and then changing out little bits so they can book the calls for you. I've started off with a way to go about how you can open the message so you can get a higher response rate. And then from there, it's really up to you how you customize it so it is unique to whatever your niche and your personality and just how you type all that. To start, I always say, don't go about it by trying to use some fancy tactic to get them to respond and then like make them think you want to buy their program and then just switch it up on them and tell them, hey, actually, I'm trying to sell you something. Just open up and let them know, hey, I have something that I think could really be of value to you. Is it all right if I send it over? And that will come across as so much more authentic, because authenticity is literally the most important thing in actually being able to build a personal brand in 2023. Before this, I felt like it was a lot easier to just build a brand based on a persona, because that's kind of what was trending. But if you want to keep following the trends, right now what's trending is just being you and being authentic and transparent with the people that you're working with. So after you've let them know that you have something that they can help or that can help them, once they reply and confirm that you can send it over, then you're either going to ask for their email or just continue your workflow in their DMs. That's where your nurturing campaign begins. And this is literally what I have in step 4, that prospects will get added to the email nurture sequence, or they will get nurtured via DMs to then book in that customized call. If they haven't replied after 24 hours, here are some no replies that you can use, or follow-ups that you can use. I just call these no reply follow-ups. And this is just to make sure that whenever you do send them a DM, if they're getting a lot more DMs, that yours goes back up to the top. It just bumps it up to the top. I'm sure you guys all know that. But here's a few examples of some that you can use. The reason why you provide these, even though they might seem so simple, is because if you're working with a VA or a growth specialist, you want to make sure that everything is intentional and as predictable as possible. So you want to make sure that you give them absolutely everything. But these should only be used a max of 2 times back to back, or else they'll just become very, very spammy. Again, the goal is to be authentic throughout this entire process. Once you've gone through those regular follow-ups, they've probably seen your message and they're just not responding. That's when you want to go into the value-driven follow-ups. You want to put less of the risk on them by providing that free value that will solve the problem. Don't be pushy, just literally let them know, hey, I'm really trying to provide you some value. So what you could do is simply send over that free resource to them, and then if they respond from there and they find that interest, then you can continue on. Because if someone's going to want to work with you, you're going to know, and you just need to make sure that you provide as much value as you can until they realize that. Okay, so now that we've covered outbound, let's go ahead and dive into inbound leads. And just to clarify the difference between the two, outbound leads are coming from anything that you're doing externally. So any ads that you're running, any cold outreach that you're running, that is outbound leads. But inbound comes from organic marketing, anything that you're doing internally where people are coming to you, that is inbound. And a way that you can go about getting a lot of inbound leads is by utilizing your stories to create a very low friction funnel for the people to let you know that they want to work with you. And a way you can go about this, I'm going to give you an example here, is by asking a hard qualifying question and then direct message those who say yes. It's so simple. All you want to do is post something that for whoever you're trying to target. For example, we're helping people sign more high ticket clients. So I would say, who wants to learn how to sell more high ticket clients? And then anyone that responds yes to that message or to that poll, I would then send a DM to and then provide them value from there to then book them on a sales call so where we can customize a game plan for them. And if we can work together, then we move on from there. I mean, honestly, I think that the perspective that you need to have around this is that you're genuinely just trying to help people. And if they can use the service, if you have done a good enough job of communicating how valuable your service can be to that person, then they'll want to work with you. And if not, then you're impacting them and you're impacting all that they impact as a result of it. So it's good karma regardless. Once they've done that, you just want to get them to fill out a qualification form or continue to qualify them in the DM. So just asking them some questions to get some information around them so you can understand more about them before you hop on that sales call. Then literally you just send them the calendar, they book in the call, you hop on the call, and you go from there. It's as simple as that. So that's really the beauty of outbound, and honestly the beauty of just this whole lead generation system in general. When you're trying to create a funnel that works properly, you want to create as little friction as possible. So by doing things like having your CTAs as DM me a word and then we'll go from there, it creates less friction. And that is what will take someone from not knowing you to wanting to work with you when it takes them little to no effort to get all the information that they need to make that decision. But yeah, guys, that is the entire script front to back. Every time I hop on a call with one of my clients after we sign them on, we build this out one-on-one so it's as effective as possible. I highly recommend that you guys take this and spend some time building it out for yourself and your unique offer. If you found some value in this, though, please drop a comment. Once again, drop a like, subscribe. It really helps me out. It helps these videos get pushed to more people to provide this free value too. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.